Well, thank you for joining us for this abridged version of a recently offered continuing legal education program. And the title of this program is How to Ethically Get Your Firm Actively Promoted by Other Businesses and Organizations. And this is really the best way to ramp up your practice and your firm so you get a lot of new people that you're getting introduced to. You have a lot of great clients who are coming to you in bundles, not just one at a time. So I like to say sometimes this is more of a wholesale way to get a ton of clients versus just one-on-one. You meet somebody, somebody introduces you to somebody or recommends you, which that's great too, but this is a way to get, 10s, 20s, 30, bigger groups of people. So my name's Kevin Murray, and I want to say thank you and give a shout out to T. Prasad, who's a partner at this firm that's promoting us. And CPLS has been providing these continuing legal education programs for years as a service to the legal and allied communities. And in this original presentation, we did a little breakout after each major section on the ethical considerations under Florida bar statutes and guidelines. And that was really valuable, but we're reducing that. We're eliminating that for this shorter video. But if you have any kind of questions at all in that arena, please just give T a shout and he can help you or direct you to somebody that can help you. So CPLS, again, thank you for sponsoring this. My business is Energize Your Business. So I'm all about helping you with your mindset and your growth and strategies and tactics to grow your practice. So again, another title for this could be called Partner Marketing Mastery. So here's what it actually looks like when you've accomplished this. So at the end of this video and this training, when you implement all these things, these are the kind of results that you can expect. So an example is a CPA firm sends out thousands of email invitations announcing your webinar or your program or your book launch or whatever it is that you're promoting. But you get that kind of leverage from somebody else getting behind you to promote you because it benefits them. They're doing a service to their clients in this way. Here's another example, a medical association. If this is part of your practice as a lawyer, they'll offer a complimentary malpractice risk assessment or review for you. So they'll send out something or they'll announce something to all the doctors in their association to say, hey, we've got this great relationship, and here's a service and a benefit you can get from being part of our association. So it helps them bring more value as an association, but it puts you in front of a lot of people in a highly respected way, in a highly referenced way. This is just another quick example. I have a client that does facility upgrades and building projects. He got a big developer who was a client and also his landlord to promote his business to all his tenants, to a bunch of other developers that he knows. So again, it's a great way to get a lot of leverage. This is a admittedly cheesy little flyer I made up years and years ago, but I was partnering with electrical companies, electrical contractors, to bring me in to develop projects with their clients. Again, it gave a great amount of value to the clients they were already serving. The first time we did this with one electrician, we generated almost $750,000 worth of projects in 1 year. So these are highly effective. I've been using these processes for over 25 years. I've developed this particular approach we're going to share today. And I've also helped clients in over 20 industries, including the legal profession, to develop these strategies and get these kind of results. So it works. And most other businesses, most other firms don't think about their business this way. One of the goals is so that you can practice law. You don't want to practice marketing and you don't want to be practicing sales. You want to practice law. This system, this process, this mechanism helps you focus on that. So at the end, I have one technique and a mindset that really up-levels this, really supercharges this whole process. And I'll share that at the end, so you got to stick around. So if the notion is how to ethically get your firm actively promoted by other businesses and organizations, let's just talk a little bit about who they are or how we would reach them. So we're talking particularly about businesses that already serve the clients that you want. So it's not just any business. And there's a piece we'll touch on a little later about ideal clients. So how you think about the clients that you really want, that you're really best able to serve, and that'll prosper you in the way that you want and you'll have a good relationship with. So, examples of these kind of businesses, let's say, for example, you work with CEOs or, CFOs or business executives. CPAs are good connectors to them. Wealth managers, bankers, insurance, other legal specialties that are adjacent but not competitive with you. Similarly, there's a lot of organizations out there. There's a lot of nonprofits, a lot of social service organizations, and their members are either your ideal clients or they're potential partners and connectors to the ideal clients that you want. So in a lot of organizations, there's retired people that have vast networks. They're really well known in the community. So sometimes you can help an organization with something and they'll put you in front of a whole bunch of people. Same thing with professional associations. I'll give you an example of a aerospace manufacturing association I work with. But basically, you can identify associations. Again, they're either filled with your clients that you want, and you can do a presentation for the association or some kind of outreach or mailing or email or webinar. Or the associations might be filled with your partners, and that in turn, they'll turn you on to their clients with the right kind of relationship. A fourth category is individuals. This could be authors and speakers. It could be other influencers. Again, retired people. I had this great what I called an ambassador relationship. I was doing big projects with school systems. And my first project in New Jersey, we worked with this one school and the superintendent we had to bring the program to and get him on board with it. But he was the current president of the New Jersey Association of School Superintendents. So we knew he was really politically connected. He was also retiring. So what we did was, after we completed our project with him, and he was thrilled with the work we did, I approached him. I said, yeah, we'd love to have you be an ambassador. And what that means is when you're out golfing with your other superintendent buddies, or if you get a call from somebody that we're talking to and they ask you simply, hey, how was that working with Kevin and his team? Just tell them how that was. So we gave him a little stipend. That may not work in your industry, but we gave him a little stipend, and he was just out doing what he was doing anyways and would say nice things about us. So at this point, we took a little break, and T talked about marketing this way, and is it, what's the relationship between that and Rule 4718A in the Florida guidance here. So I'm going to, again, point you to T if you have any questions with these kind of things. So why is this better than other kinds of marketing? So here's a really critical thought. If this is the only thing you take away from today, this would be a lot of value. It takes as much time to generate a single client as it takes to generate a partner. That's pretty astounding. Because usually a client, if they're referred to you, it may be fairly simple. You start working with them. You talk about your terms and conditions and payments and how that works, and you may get a retainer. You start working together. A partner could be as easy as that if you have a relationship that connects you with the partner. Sometimes you have to develop your own approach to a partner, which is what this whole video training is all about. But the time it takes it's a meeting or two, 3 meetings maybe. But a partner is going to provide you business again and again and again. They're going to keep sending people to you as long as you're serving them at a very high level. That's another one of the challenges of this program. You got to be really good at what you do. But this is way different than being in a BNI networking group or in a chamber of commerce where they might have some networking opportunities. This is more systemized and more formal versus random and casual. Instead of I know a guy you should talk to. Oh, you need this. You got into a car accident, or you're getting sued, or you need a will or a trust. Oh, I got a guy. That's great. But there's more formality to this. Here's one of the little tools I came up with. This is like a 2-inch challenge coin. It's a really nice heavy weight. It's a nice piece of metal. And I give it to my clients and partners, and I teach them how to look for my clients, so people that are desiring to grow. They have a big commitment, but they're a little bit overwhelmed perhaps. And I say, well, give them one of these coins. And on the flip side, it's got my phone number, my URL. And I said, give them one of these coins and tell them, Jim sent me or George sent me, and I'll know where that referral is coming from. But I love the idea of a physical tool instead of just, I know a guy, call this guy, or even, here's his card. Make it a little more special. So we'll talk about some examples of that. So this is aerospace components manufacturers. Sorry that it's blurry. But I approached their executive director, and I got him to put me in front of the whole association. And I did tons and tons of projects with them in big manufacturing plants up here in the Northeast. Here's another one. I found a group of, it's a distributor. They had 20 different branches in Connecticut, and they're selling equipment to manufacturers. And I created a program where I had their 20 salespeople out collecting client information, trying to pre-qualify opportunities. And then they'd fill out and send me this form to say, hey, Kevin, I got a great opportunity for you. So again, I had like 20 salespeople not on my nickel, not on my payroll. So 20 of their reps out there knocking on doors for me. This is the result of another one I mentioned with the electrical contractor. He brought me into a series of ShopRite supermarkets where he was doing some very periodic maintenance, very low dollar maintenance. We turned it into $750,000 worth of projects. So from one guy doing this partner methodology. So it's better. So here's another thing of why I love this, because it's hard to attract new clients. Like, it's great to earn referrals. I imagine you're all doing that. How formally and actively you're doing that is another question we could talk about. But this is a way of kind of reaching out into the communities that you serve and that you want to serve and having more people find you. So there's three big challenges in attracting clients. The first one is that clients, because this is such a high trust engagement with an attorney in most cases, clients need to understand your expertise. They need to know what makes you a great choice for them. So with partner marketing, you can provide information through your partners that they're putting in front of your potential clients. It's like, hey, if you have a need for this kind of service, let me tell you about these guys and why they're really good and they're great. Somebody else touting you is better than you touting you, right? Number two, clients need to know, like, and trust you. And the third challenge is that those first two things take a lot of time. It takes a lot of time to build and develop that know, like, and trust in a relationship. With partner marketing, you're kind of piggybacking on another company or organization or business that's got a 10 or 20 year relationship with their client. That makes it easier because they're kind of vouching for you in this program. So again, when a partner introduces you to their clients, you've dramatically accelerated the timeline to get to know, like, and trust. Another piece of mindset here is these partners are putting you in front of their important and best clients. So it's really important to bring up the concept of risk. So we need to bring tremendous value to their clients and show them that we're prepared to do that, because we're asking them to overcome the risk of, like, wow, you want me to introduce you to my clients? That'll show badly on me if you don't do well. So in this whole process of preparation and presentation, we have to address that there is risk. We don't want to ignore it. They know it. They're thinking about it. Shame on us if we don't put it on the table. And I'm really upfront. It's like, we appreciate there's some risk for you. Let me show you how we mitigate and manage that on your behalf by how we take care of our clients. So that's all part of the presentation. So this is a fairly high standard we need to meet, but once you show your partners that you're systematically prepared to deliver great, consistent value to their clients that they refer to you, the results are phenomenal here. So we did another little breakout here with T on Rule 47717B about anything of value. So again, if you have any suspicion that this may have a challenge with this ethical piece, reach out to T and folks at CPLS and they can help you with this. So we've talked about why this is a better way of marketing and what the challenges are of reaching new clients and how partner marketing helps overcome that. One of the ways to start this is just this ideal of ideal clients. And we're not going to spend a lot of time on this, but the more clearly you can identify, like, your best kind of clients, and not all clients are created equal, we know that. But how do you define your clients so that you can tell partners who you want, and you can find your best partners are the people serving your best clients? So if your best clients drive a Lexus or a BMW, you don't want to be referred to a lot of clients driving old Volkswagens. But so that's a silly example, but demographics is part of the description, and this is part of your work. Who are your best clients in terms of their education, their income, their zip codes, their age? There's a lot of things that you can describe and define about your ideal clients. The other thing is the psychographics. How do they behave? What do they like? How do they choose things? Do they travel? Do they dine? What do they do for fun? And we can do the same thing with businesses. There's business demographics, business psychographics, and business behavior. So it's important to spend a little time thinking about your best clients. And again, here we did a little breakout with T around, does this run afoul of the rules of professional conduct by identifying an ideal client and who referral sources are. We kind of thought there's no issues with just identifying them and creating a list in your mind or on paper. So the next step is starting your target list of potential partners. And I'm going to give you some other places to look. There's some that are going to be really obvious. But one big question is, who's already been serving your ideal clients? And the longer they've been serving them, the better. And the higher trust in the relationship, the better. So I might have my lawn care guy refers me to somebody. Well, that could be a good relationship, but there's not a lot of trust involved in the work he's doing versus my attorney or my estate planner or somebody else like that. So another thought is upstream and downstream, and we'll talk about those. So upstream means before they need you, what happens? So let's say if you're doing auto accidents and helping people that have had that, well, what happens right before that? Well, maybe they've been to an auto body shop, or maybe the car dealer that sold them the car, maybe their insurance company. So those are all kind of ideas of the upstream partners, places to look for partnerships. Downstream is just what happens next, right after they have their need for you. Well, maybe they need some physical therapy or chiropractic, or maybe they need to get a new car, or maybe they need to revisit their insurance, or whatever the issue is. There's things that happen situationally for the client before and after they need you and your particular service. Those are great places to look for partners. Also adjacent partners. So these are people that are working all around the same situation. Really great example is if you're a closing attorney, if you do real estate, your partners are obviously, and you have these already, mortgage brokers, insurance agents, home inspectors, real estate brokers. The difference, though, is instead of, oh yeah, I got a mortgage broker I can refer to, or I have a real estate broker, you might give, and I'll show you an example of an invitation card that you give to real estate brokers that they can give to people when they're trying to secure a listing. Say, hey, part of your process of listing your home is really understanding the legal process, and that's changed in our state, the disclosure laws, the timelines. So I'm going to offer you, through this invitation, a special consult with an attorney who specializes in this, who'll walk you through the whole thing. So that makes the broker look more resourceful and more professional, and it sends business your way. So again, we did a little breakout with T here on Rule 4.7.17. And is there any challenges around creating a target list? And we generally thought not. So here's really the core of this, is the 4 steps of effective partner marketing. And what they are is alignment, approach, agreement, and action. And we're going to jump into each of those. Really important thing to mention here is that all of these steps right now are preparatory, meaning that we haven't even talked to a partner yet. We're just thinking of, this or that company or this or that person would be a really great referral source for us. So we're preparing, we're researching, we're planning our approach. And I have this really great kind of overall guidance document that helps you do your preparation, and includes some places to note your thoughts about the alignment, approach, agreement, and action. It's really great to have in your meeting as a guide. And I'm going to include it as part of this package. I'll include a link to that so you can use that as well. So the first thing we want to think about is alignment. And this is, for me, the most fun part, because we just simply declare alignment. We say that it exists. So what alignment means, and again, I just love that we just get to make it up out of almost thin air. But we go look at their website, we go learn about the company, we look at what they say they're all about. So when we give our alignment statement, it usually sounds something like, well, you're all about real estate, or you're all about whatever you're about. You're all about helping people find the best fit homes to raise their families. So what we do the same thing, but we do it from a legal perspective, and we help make sure that the process flows smoothly so they get into the house that they've chosen with minimal hassle, and it just gets done on time and it works for them. So we just create a statement about what they're committed to, what they're all about, and we do the same thing. An important reminder about this is that for a lot of companies, they've fallen into a transactional mode. They're just busy with their business. There's an opportunity for us to bring them this very inspirational and aspirational statement about who they are and what they do. So to go to a real estate person and remind them, you're all about helping people find the best fit home for them to raise a family. It's like, wow, yeah, I haven't thought of it like that. That's really great. Yeah, that is what I do. Versus I go schlep all around. I bring people to tons of listings. I try to get listings. I throw them up on the MLS. I do open houses. I run from here to there. It's like, yeah, they get stuck in the transaction. You get to help them see that they're serving a bigger purpose. That's a part of the fun of this. So again, this is preparatory alignment. We're just trying to create a statement for alignment that we're going to use as we're reaching out to these people. So that goes to the next step, which is approach. So what are they promoting? Are they behind any big public events and charities? Are they, what are they really explicit about on their website? What are they supporting? What do they stand for? So if we can make our approach about that and how we can help. So, wow, I see you guys are doing this fundraiser. We would love, I have an idea that'll help you promote that, help you attract some more people. And we make our approach tie into what they're already committed to, what they're already up to. So I use an example on CPLS's website. They talk about, we provide the experience you need and give you the results you want. Well, if my firm is executive coaching and strategic development for businesses, I might go to them and say, yeah, you know what? My business can help you provide even more experience to your clients and help them get even more of the results they want. And let me show you how we do that. But I'm speaking their language, so it resonates with them because it's their words. Here's another thing from T's website is we leverage resources and capabilities delivering service no matter where a client's needs arise. So if I have that blurb in my presentation and my approach to them and say, well, here's what you guys are about. Well, I represent a whole different kind of resource and capability that you're not currently providing that'll give great value and service to your clients if they have a need in this area. So they're already going to be predisposed to liking that because I've researched them, I've learned a little bit about them, I understand about them. So the next step is agreement. We have to have some kind of agreement with the partner of what we do, what they do, how it works, what it actually looks like. So it's the answer, sorry, I went a little fast there. So it's the answer to specifically, what will we do? And again, it could be, let's do a joint conference or a presentation. We could do a webinar. Maybe you do an email blast on our behalf, or maybe we'll do mail and postcards. You could put signs up in stores, and you could have a referral mechanism like my little coin and this invitation card I'll show you in a bit. One of the key ideas here is you want to give them options. Here's 3, 4, 5 different things we could do to promote this partnership. The psychology of that, and especially when you've prepared these choices, they're thinking about, well, would I rather do an email or a postcard? Would I rather have a physical thing, or would I have a crowd of people? Do we want to do something digitally? They're making a choice between those things, not between the choice of working with you and not working with you. So if you've done a good job here, you're already past them thinking, do they want to work with you? They're thinking how they're going to work with you. That's critical. One of the other things I do all the time in my partner presentations for myself, as well as on behalf of my clients, when I do this work for my clients, is I prepare samples with the partner's logo on it already. So the psychology of that is it's hard for somebody to not like something that already has their name, their business, their brand, their logo on it. I did this years ago, the first time with an insurance company for an event I was doing. I was hosting a meditation class, and I put his business logo on it, and I brought it to him. I said, hey, would you like to be the sponsor for this program? It doesn't cost anything. I just want you to send it out to all your clients. And it had his logo on it. He's like, yeah, because he knew I could do it with somebody else if it wasn't him. But it was really easy for him. So the final step, once we've done our alignment, we've done our approach, and we've created agreement with the partner, is to get into action and do the things that we need to do. So the old school kind of referral sources and partnerships are extremely passive. You meet somebody and say, hey, if you know somebody that needs what I do, have them give me a call. and they may or may not even have enough of your cards to hand out one of your cards. But it's really passive. There's nothing else you're doing. The new school method, what I'm teaching here, very active. You're in control. You're in control of the narrative, the story that people are telling about you. But it's kind of like, I'll take care of this. I'll write your emails for this campaign. I'll print the postcards, the flyers. I'll coordinate with you. I'll do everything. The idea is whatever there is to do, you do it. So then it gets done and you're in control of it. The more we have to have a partner do stuff for us, other than say yes to being a partner, that could slow things down. Again, here's an example of that real estate attorney. We made up a special card. So this is a nice little, like a wedding invitation size card. We put Coldwell Banker's logo on it, so it seems like it's all about them. And this is something the broker could give to their homeowners and say, hey, I've got this great guy. He'll give you a complimentary mortgage legal process consultation. So you'll know what has to happen, when it has to happen, so the closing will happen on time and we'll get you into your house when you're ready to move. Wow. So the real estate person is handing this out on his behalf. So when this guy gets a call from somebody saying, oh yeah, Shelley Smith told me to give you a call, he knows, that he's already done pretty much with the selling. One of the ways we supercharge this is we made another version of this that the broker could give to other brokers. So on the inside of that same card, it's like, if you want to keep your buyers happy and keep your closing process moving forward, call Ryan, tell him I sent you. So this is a way to get other brokers to share his concept with other brokers, and this just rapidly grew his business. So we need to take action. We want to be the ones taking action. And then again, we did another ethics breakout here. I'm just going to skip through these real fast, but it's all about promotion and advertising. And again, if you have questions about the ethics around this, reach out to T and his firm. So the final step now, once we've done our presentation, so you got to create your presentation and call the target partner. This is the first time you're reaching out to them. Or it could be somebody that you already know, but you want to kick the relationship up to the next level. Say, hey, I got this great new partner program. Love to sit down with you, or let's jump on a Zoom call. So you use your partner prep notes. This should be filled in at this point. You might have other examples of things you've created, like a postcard or a web page or whatever you're going to do. Here's an example of a multi-company partnership I put together. Again, for the real estate was kind of the partner that we wanted to get them to introduce us. So we created a whole lot of value and things that made them look better. Here's another example for a client that's working with wellness professionals, and we put together a partner presentation that he's using on Zoom that's basically telling other professionals, hey, I've got 3 ways I want to help you grow your practice. And he went through this slide deck and he talked about all the ways we work together. So the goal overall is that you end up with a very compelling presentation. So the partner just has to simply say, well, yeah, this is great. This sounds easy. You've obviously done your homework. And they just say yes. And they say yes because you're helping them bring extra great value to their clients. And they say yes because you were really clearly prepared and highly professional in this approach and your presentation. And it really costs them just about nothing in most cases. And you do all the work and you really make it easy for them. So in summary, partner marketing is just way more effective than one-on-one marketing. And here's, again, the 5 commandments are: be prepared and be thoughtful. Do your research so you know who you're talking to. And you got to be prepared to bring really great value to your partner's clients. In a lot of cases, that could be a complimentary, free consultation around what you do anyways. In a lot of cases, we're already doing that for free, but we haven't given it the value weight that it should have. So that's really fun. It's taking something you already do and turn it into a great value that somebody else can offer that makes them look good and puts you in front of their clients. You also want to customize your presentations with the partner, the target partner's logo, their content. Again, the last thing is do everything. They should only have to say yes. And once you do this the first time, it gets really easy. And then you start thinking this way, and you notice that everybody's a potential partner, and then you have to start thinking about who are your ideal partners. And here's that bonus supercharging mindset and technique that I talked about at the top of the video, is the idea of a partner. So once you've identified your ideal client and you've thought about the partner that serves them, well then who's the partner that serves those partners? So I did this with Sylvania on a corporate national relationship. I was going after big commercial buildings. I used to do big energy conservation projects for large commercial buildings, manufacturers, retailers. And the local distributors that supply those businesses and buildings with electrical equipment were really great partners for me. But then I thought, well, who's a great partner? Who serves them? And Sylvania was one of the biggest and best national manufacturers that supplied equipment. So I created a partnership with Sylvania where they put me in front of their great distributors in every region I was expanding to. So it helped me grow a local company into a national company. So that's the end of the presentation. I want to just say thank you for checking this out again. You'll also see in the email from T and CPLS that there's a link with the partner preparation worksheet. There's 5 video training modules that I'm also offering that take you a little bit deeper into this partner marketing. We had to run through it quick this morning. And then you can also have a complimentary discovery session with me to kind of look at how you would do this, how it would make sense for your firm, who would be your target partners, talk about ideal clients and kind of get you started in this process. So if you're interested in that stuff, just go to this link. We'll also have that in the email. There's energizeyou.com, Partner Marketing Mastery. Thank you very much.